Okay, let's start the next session, Smartglasses as a store with Luis Bravo Martins.
Good morning or good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Luis. Thank you for attending the Global XR Bootcamp. I'm going to share with you, what I think is more of um, well, let's say it's between a wish and a vision. Let's see what you have to say about that. But still, I do believe that starting in 2021, smart glasses and 5G will probably boost our e-commerce experience into a whole different ball game. So let's then start talking a bit about why I do believe that and how I think that that is going to happen. So, and of course, we need to start by saying that this is only possible due to the fact that we're living strange times. So at this point, I think that no one would never ever think that we would be having in 2020 the biggest remote everything, remote work, remote entertainment, remote education, remote everything, remote communication experience of our time. So it's not from our time; it's from all of mankind's history, and it's absolutely dazzling the way that we were able to cope with it, right? Because I don't think that we were ready, but we had the tools to make that happen, in the sense that we had like all the infrastructure needed, and we had the screens. They were there to allow us to communicate, to do this that we're doing right now, right? So we're talking to each other through screens, and that's true. But at the same time, we are more and more getting used to talking to machines. Most of the times, that's what we do, right? So we talk to machines and we hear some stuff coming from machines, and that's our physical experience. And that changed because we were used to having like another human being or human beings next to us, talking to us, interacting with us, right? So we lost like a lot of things from this. So we are not like so much thinking about what the person, the body language is, what the person is doing while she is connecting and talking with us. So yeah, it's kind of weird, right? But at the same time, we started to learn a lot of new interesting things. So for instance, through the increase of screen time, we started doing a lot more things through the screen, right? So starting with e-commerce, but we started doing a lot of other things, and that meant that we actually now trust more screens than we did before. We had to, right? Because we wouldn't be able to do so many things. If we didn't, so we were like kind of thrown into that, and that's pretty okay. But it's I think that it's safe to say that it changed us, it transformed us, right? And it keeps on doing that in the sense that it's not over. So at this point today, I feel that everyone that is right now listening to this, I dare to say everyone right now talks a lot more over screens, to these screens, and that's an issue because at this point we miss our 3D interaction, right? And that's a real issue because at this point we are getting fed up with the Zoom meetings, with all of the conferences that we keep on having back to back. We now have a lot more. So, of course, I do believe that, well, specifically on e-commerce, but not just on e-commerce, I do believe that overall, much of our interaction will benefit from augmented reality and virtual reality. And actually, it already is benefit. So you already have a lot of apps out there that are boosting the e-commerce experience, and that at this point you can easily see the success they have. So if, for instance, you see the number of downloads that IKEA Place has, it's really interesting. So we're talking millions, and that just by itself is really, really interesting, not just due to the fact that they are like allowing for the point of sale, or sorry, for the point of the point of sale to become the point of the decision point, or the point of buying. So where the buyer is, so you pretty much like bring in the point of sale into the every buyer's home. But at the same time, you also, due to the fact that you allow try-on features like this one, you are also decreasing the number of returns. So the return rate decreases, which is great if we're talking about e-commerce operations. So overall, of course, augmented reality right now is already having an impact on e-commerce, but it will have a lot more further down the road. Well, and virtual reality, of course. You have virtual reality stores, and a lot of services also available, like this one, for instance, which is Macy's. Yes, it is Macy's at Taobao's Buy Plus VR shop. So it's, again, all of the VR shops increased their numbers, which is, of course, a clear consequence of COVID hitting the market, and people looking for enhanced customer experiences that can allow them to have a bit more than just this, right, the screens. And again, that's why I do feel that right now the set is laid out for us to have a 2021 where this can be boosted, where this can be increased in a way that some of us might not expect. And I do believe that smart glasses and 5G will be building that up. So just to set let's say the concepts for what I'm talking about. By saying smart glasses, I'm talking about augmented reality enabled glasses that have both the design and the performance necessary to provide a really neat experience to their users, right? So it's not like I don't believe that it's possible for bulky smart glasses like I don't know, HoloLens or Magic Leap to allow for people to just walk around on the street with that, and for people to be comfortable with it. Socially, it's not acceptable, but more than that, let's say that is surpassed by the pioneering desire of people showcasing their love for augmented reality experiences. It's not comfortable. It's not something that you would wear continuously, right? So you need that. But at the same time, you also need the performance that these kind of devices need to offer in order for the applications to be there, right? So we also need that. We also need the applications, so that the application will be ready for it, or for the benefit, for the let's say the benefits to the end user to be provided, or else it's just like a fun hardware. So that's it for smart glasses. And when I'm talking about 5G, of course, talking about low latency, high speeds. So something that, of course, accelerates our access to data, but at the same time also enables edge computing. So the possibility for you to have a streaming, so not need to download anything, but to stream everything, and for instance, for you to allow a huge chunk of data to be processed at a remote server, and then for the result to be streamed to you when you need it. So that is truly enabling, in the sense that it allows for a lot of transformative new models, right? And let me just approach some of them. So if we're talking about the ability to process a lot of, let's say, huge 3D models that take a lot of time to render. So those 3D models can actually be rendered on an edge computing server, and then be streamed directly to your smart glasses or smartphones, but let's say smart glasses, right? Because with your smart glasses, you don't actually need to do anything in order for you to enjoy, for instance, the reconstruction of the Colosseum, as you have it here, but or any other monument, right? And it can be streamed with such a high quality and resolution that it can actually truly create a really great experience, a really great experience that makes a lot of sense in a COVID or post-COVID world, in the sense that you would then be able to have that experience by yourself, or by having other people connected and talking to you while you have the experience, right? But at a distance. So this is clearly a clear-cut case that, well, 5G and edge computing and smart glasses will create this really big use case for tourism. But it's not just tourism, because again, one of the cool things that you will have with, well, again, 5G and smart glasses is this ability for you to, well, scan, let's say like that, scan the world, right? So you will be able, through infrared, through lidar, to well, create like and to upload into a cloud this 3D version of the world. So this 3D version of the world will probably be your, or several 3D versions of the world will allow you to have two really cool things. So they will allow you to have persistent experiences, in the sense that if you know that I dropped, or if the cloud knows that I dropped an experience on top of this table, then it will, of course, allow for other people later in time to access it. And probably several people would be able to actually access it at the same time. And also, those several people could actually have a multi-user experience in that same place. And this is enabled through the AR cloud, through then this, well, let's say, persistent copy of the world that then would allow you to do, well, pretty much anything to, well, transform the world and create filters on the world. Well, and to, for instance, blog on top of the world, like put in your comments wherever you go, which is interesting for so many use cases, for retail, for tourism, for real estate. You could actually like paint on top of the world without any kind of well, issues. You could graffiti all over without any kind of impact. Right now you can, but that would be like a continuous exhibition to everyone. And again, that is enabled through the AR cloud. So going to, well, events, one of the things that was really transformed during COVID. So all of us, well, due to the impossibility of us being next to, well, to each other, and well, due to the travel bans, so we don't have so many concerts, music concerts. And we saw, like, for instance, Travis Scott. I have the photo here of Travis Scott's concert at Fortnite that had, I think it was north of 11 million people, which is huge, of course, but kind of set the tone of acceptance of these new platforms for people to enjoy an art form. So, I do believe that with, again, smart glasses and the ability to have low latency and high data transfer speeds, we will probably be able not just to have like, well, these kind of events, but even like hybrid events where you have stages that have like the physical artists, and then next to them you have like stages where you have like augmented reality artists, and you can actually access them through your smart glasses, and at the same time also enjoy interacting with your friends that are at home, but through your glasses they're seeing everything and also talking with you. So again, yeah, something that is going to transform our interactions, something that is going to transform the way we see art, that we enjoy culture, right? But at the same time, something that is enabled by smart glasses and 5G. Going to stores, of course. Well, there's going to be like a lot of changes to be done. So going into a store and being able to see a lot of information, well, that's something that right now you already have with augmented reality, and you start seeing that in several stores. But just the ability of you actually inside the stores having experiences that can be custom, experiences that where you have a lot of customers to, sorry, a lot of customers that just enter the store and start well, getting, for instance, like a digital assistant that starts telling them or asking them what they are looking for, and that kind of points them to where they probably want to go, given their history, and providing all that information visually is, wow, it's really, really important. It's an enhanced, again, customer experience, and that can also be brought outside. So that can also be brought to the streets, and overall you can like have a whole world filtered with by your brand, well, with your brand, and that's huge. Well, it's something that has a huge potential, but also well, demands well, huge responsibility also on marketing professionals, such as me, and that is also something that is now being discussed. But as you see, there are a lot of potential, or there is a lot of potential going on for 5G and smart glasses on e-commerce, and not just e-commerce, of course. But well, as I told you, I do feel that 2021 is going to be the beginning of well, of this trend. Not trend. It's going to be the beginning of this transformation. And why do I believe that? Well, whenever I have these feelings, I usually go to the company and I talk to people and I say, well, I think this, and of course, I think that all of us have one. There's like this grumpy guy, usually the CFO, right, that comes to us and says, okay, but listen, that might be interesting, but I have like 3 questions for you. So first one is, will it really happen when you're saying it's going to happen? Which is a very important part, right? So timing, is it really going to be that urgent? Okay. So the second one, will it really mean anything? So, oh, you're saying that it's going to be important and that you're seeing a lot of use cases and all. What if other people don't see it, right? So why is it going to be that important? And the third one is, why not wait? So, okay, let's say that it's going to happen, right? Why not wait for a new tested version? Why delve into it right now? Okay. So those are pretty much the questions that I have. So I thought it would be interesting to bring these in here today and try to answer these while I do this presentation, right? So going into the first one, will it really happen in 2021? So if you are looking to the news, you will see that you have a lot of people talking about Apple glasses, Apple glasses, Apple glasses, Apple glasses, Apple glasses, Apple glasses, Apple glasses. You have a lot of people talking about Apple glasses. Okay, and this has been going on for quite some time. Okay, so they are probably going to happen, Apple glasses, and I do believe that Apple glasses will probably have some kind of connection or tethering with the smartphone. Probably they will be like, well, a really nice add-on to the handhelds. Hey, it's going to happen, but maybe it's not going to happen in 2021, right? So let's take it. Let's see the other guys. Let's see the other major mobile brands. So we have like the 10 most selling mobile brands here, right? And if you look closely, you will see that half of them have the same nationality. Yes. So I do believe that at this point, China is becoming and probably will be the major driving force of the major country pushing forward 5G, not just due to what I just showcased, but also due to the fact that at this point they also have like other companies that are right now, well, pushing smart glasses solutions, like for instance Unreal. They also have a lot of hardware. So on all the layers, like hardware, software, application layers, they are ready, and right now they are actually, well, shedding to other markets their solutions. And again, if you see the number of patents that were granted and not yet that were applied, you will see that, well, again, the on the podium there are two companies, two Chinese companies, Huawei and ZTE, right? Again, if for instance you see the global adoption, you will see that Asia Pacific at this point is well, the expectations are clearly is that they will be clearly leading the adoption, but right now they already are, right? So yeah, what I'm saying is that at this point, I do believe that China's engagement with 5G will overall influence and will be a huge push in 2021, and will for certain influence also how we will accelerate the adoption of 5G across across the world, worldwide. So I do believe that just this huge effort will definitely make it well, justifies my bet on 2021. But that said, will it really have an impact? So what does it mean? So is it just because of those use cases I just presented? Is it something that is going to happen and that is going to bring like a lot of new things for us to do? Well, yes and no. It's bigger than that. So talking about 5G, talking about smart glasses. So the first thing that happens is that you will have different interfaces. So being able to actually work with different interfaces and to ease up the impact that these experiences, the user experience has with the business processes, and through using these technologies, will, in my view, propel 5G in a way that it will be companies and organizations will start devising and designing solutions that depend on that kind of speed and low latency. So of course, this will have also a huge impact to facilitate how e-commerce and how the customer experience works. Why? Because we are, again, at a distance, and businesses will need to have ways to accelerate their business at a distance. So again, point of sale becomes the user's home or the consumer's home. So we actually need to create solutions, better ways for things to happen there, right? Also, comparison shopping. So one thing that at this point happens, but not as much, is the ability for us to go online and with some searches, find some references, and then do some comparison, and then go decide, and then go shop, or go buy whatever we think that is the best choice for us, right? That would, with augmented reality solutions, 5G and smart glasses, will probably happen on premise, so on the stores or at our homes, where we will be prompt to actually buy after we compare. So we can actually compare like 2, 3, 10 holograms of 10 different stores in front of us, or we can actually go to a store, see something that interests us, and quickly and easily see what appears, or what the competitors have, and compare it visually on spot. So that is something that clearly adds value to the user, and probably is a use case that is going to be developed pretty easily. Again, having the ability also to quickly and, in a nutshell, customize your e-commerce experience is also very, very important, especially if, again, you are at a distance. So if you are not able to connect so easily with people that can bring you, clothes, or bring you stuff, or even like sort all the doubts that you have. So that for sure is something. So being able to get more options for your e-commerce, and at the same time being able to communicate better with your assistants, with other people, will for sure be a huge benefit in 2021 in a COVID-post-COVID scenario. And of course, that the huge benefit of you being able to have multi-user multi-consumer experiences. So that is something that right now augmented reality and virtual reality experiences don't have so much, but that is crucial for people to interact socially. And for sure, that is something that won't happen with, Microsoft HoloLens like this one so easily, but it can much more easily be created, at least on an everyday basis, with other kinds of hardware, other kinds of smart glasses. But as you see, also in this picture, we also have another issue, right? Which is right now becoming also very interesting for a lot of companies. But at the same time, it's also a real issue for a lot of consumers. And I think this one that I'm going to drop is actually, for me, the major reason why at this point you have a lot of big companies betting on VR and AR for e-commerce, and again, not just e-commerce, which is data, right? So right now, what do you have? Just in this picture, you have like eye tracking, you have gestures, you have body movement, you have voice. Yeah, you have a lot of things. You have just the presence of other people in the room. You have the cameras here on the HoloLens that are like scanning everything. And at the same time, besides doing the scan on the SLAM scan, they are also recording stuff. Yeah. So I firmly believe that we're talking about something that is going to yeah that 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 is going to interest uh, a lot of companies, because again, if Facebook, Amazon, Google, the big five, made their fortunes and made their business models on top of data, this is a treasure trove of data that is just standing right there, and that can that can help a lot of brands to sell their products better. Let's say like that. Of course, this is also an important part, and right now the community is also dealing with that and reacting to it. This is also a matter that needs to be dealt by every consumer. So consumers right now also are feeling the need to be educated in this sense, and we are seeing a lot of communities also reacting to this. So it really is interesting to see how, or it will be interesting to see how this plays along. But of course, this is something that is really, really interesting for organizations, and again, a huge responsibility also, again, for marketing professionals such as me. So data. So first one, China. Second one, data. Yes, and that's why I do believe that big companies will push for that. So for the third question, why not wait for a new tested version? Well, it all boils down to the kind of experience that you want to provide to your customers, right? So if you really want to provide with a custom experience, sorry, a customer experience that can actually provide personalized data or personalized benefits and value to your consumers, then it's not easy for you to shy away from this. You really need to push this forward, and you have been, all the brands have been trying to develop a customer experience that is positive to the consumer. So now that we are looking for a 2021 where people will keep on having most of their customer experience at a distance, it's still very, very important for them to have a custom value being delivered to them. And again, smart glasses and 5G will provide several means for this value to be delivered. And also, one of the cool things that also happens with this is that you have a lot of companies working with multi-channel, right? And the multi-channels can benefit. The multi-channel strategy usually benefits from having more and more points of contact with your customer. So by allowing for these solutions to be widely available throughout, but by being widely available just to that customer, just to that consumer, that is going to be transformative in the sense that I will be able to communicate in several ways through several avenues, and more digital avenues than before. And I will add on top of those the physical channels that I already have, in a way that my communication becomes more and more impactful. But again, just the fact that I can reach in a different, better way my customer that is at home and is remotely available, is, I think, an added value that most brands will need to tap in 2021. Also, again, what I feel is that throughout the time, you will see that in 2021, yeah, Amazon's Alexa, you will see Google Home, you will see a lot of artificial intelligence rising, like uh, intelligent assistants that will start providing uh, yeah, basic services, but those basic services will be available throughout. And those could be like, yeah, visits, like museum visits that are, well, available through an artificial intelligence, or even like other kinds of needs. For instance, if you have like an assistant that can go shopping with you, it will probably be able to tell you exactly what you need. It will probably even be able to, well, if you're not into doing your shopping physically, it would just, well, do the shopping for you. And this is so transformative in the sense that it will actually, for instance, transform how marketers do search engine positioning. Because right now, your search engine, I do believe that during this decade, the search engine will probably be, well, the yeah, digital assistant. So we won't have like several results. We will only have like one result, which is the one that digital assistant chooses to us, or chooses on our behalf, in the sense that he knows, supposedly he knows what's best for us, right? So I do believe also that this is going to be absolutely transformative, and again, it will amount to the rise in the number of services that will start using digital assistants, will definitely affect the usage of 5G and smart glasses. So yeah, just wrap it up. The main message that I wanted to pass on is that, of course, this is just a view. So all the feedback that you have is more than welcome. I and again, this is just a starting point for a conversation. What I do believe is that this is going to happen, and the only difference is it going to happen in 2021 or later? Um, be it as it may, I do believe that due to the fact that the main topic that we discussed, so due to the fact that well, the major country driving it is China, and due to the fact that we have a data issue that needs to be sorted out, it is very, very important for us to, as professionals, to also become aware of the impact that all this data has in our, well, in our jobs. So and if you're a designer, it's important for you to, well, start looking for ways to actually well, separate and make this all this data and all this knowledge and all this value clear for people to interact, and to interact in the context where they are. So if you're going to overlay like information on top of well, on top of a physical context, of course you will need a specific user experience for your user interface, right? So all those topics need to be like not more researched, more well, we need best practices on that. We also need best practices on well, retrieving and using user data from virtual reality and augmented reality experiences. We also need well, legal to work on laws that can actually, well, protect children from yeah, cameras, augmented reality, and scans, all of that. So there are a lot of let's say challenges in front of us that really need to be taken care of. or else it will be easy due to the huge impact that and transformative impact that this technology has. It will be easy for us to like fall into this dystopian um, dystopian scenario that Keiichi Matsuda's hyper reality, which is depicted here, kind of highlighted. To avoid that, my last message is for all of us to be kind of certain of all the impact that data can have, private data, and always be very aware about their about the ethics and the privacy issues that are connected with any decisions that we need to make. So that's it. So again, thank you very much for your time. It was great to be here at the Global XR Bootcamp to share this one idea. I really hope that I get some feedback. So you are more than welcome to connect with me on the social media. And meanwhile, any feedback is more than welcome. But until then, I, I I just wish that you have then a great boot camp in front of you, and that next year we'll see each other again, probably in a quicker and in a more immersive, let's say like that, way. So thank you very much again to all of you. Thank you, Global XR Bootcamp, for the opportunity. And see you soon. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you to Luis. And now, starting the session about I cannot not unmute you. So Luis, try to unmute
Oh,
by
I'm sorry.
yourself. Okay. So I cannot reach your. So that's a great session, and we have some question in the chat. I try to transfer to you. I don't know if you read that. So the first one is how the scanning and the rendering of the object works from simple glasses to the cloud. I think is what is referred when you show the glasses that more or less scan the environment, the ambient, like other devices like HoloLens do. And the question probably is about how this simple device could do a huge task like that.
Yeah. So right now, actually, the smartphones already do that. So what you have with SLAM-enabled smartphones, so smartphones that have ARKit or AR Core, is that they can actually through their through their cameras, and then afterwards through infrared and lidar, they actually have the opportunity to get like or make a scan of the surfaces. And with lidar, for instance, with the last iPad 12 Pro, you actually get like a really nice model of what's around you. So the ability for you to actually be doing that always, and to be uploading that always into a shared model that is being supplied, or that is being nourished by all of the smart glasses, all of the devices at the same time, is only possible due to 5G and its speeds. And afterwards, the ability for our smart glasses or our smartphones to actually interpret that amount of big data, that chunk of data that allows us to know exactly where we are, and to give us exactly all the experiences that are around us, Well, that can only also be supplied through the power of, well, again, edge computing. So overall, I would say, as a quick answer, we're talking about webcams, we're talking about LiDAR, and all those technologies right now exist. And probably we will have even more technologies coming in the next years to do this. But overall, it's something that is already ongoing.
Okay. And I think probably is much related also to the next one because it's from the same user. As far as I know, actually HoloLens already support remote rendering that solve the problem you said about the data usage locally. So it's something related to that, I think.
Yeah, so the issue right now is that, for instance, with cloud anchors, Azure cloud anchors that allow us, for instance, using Microsoft HoloLens to place specific experiences wherever. So we can have that technology, and in that sense, we can create specific tools for specific environments with with augmented reality enabled features, and that's great. It's fine. Now the issue is that we're talking about a business to business case study where privacy and safety and security are pretty much well designed and are previously well, let's say, safeguarded, let's say like that. So it's a kind of an assumption. When we're talking about consumer-based augmented reality and consumer-based smart glasses and consumption of 5G on the consumer side, what I'm saying is that you won't have the same care about who you're scanning and the spaces that you're scanning and the objects that you're scanning and the objects that you're looking through using your glasses uh, in on the street or wherever you use them as a consumer, when compared to when you're using them professionally, because then you have a process and then you were taught on how to do things the best way possible. So there are already some business to business best practices that you can apply in your work processes, but there are no starting points still regarding data. And the issue is that there was this Stanford study that I can also share. I actually shared last week on my social media. There's a Stanford study that where they got like 540 subjects using VR, and they put these guys all using VR for like 5 minutes, and just with those 5 minutes of data usage on VR, they were able to identify 95% of the users. So this kind of tells you exactly what we're talking about. So it's not that the usage, consumer-based usage without any kind of best practices underlying this allows us to, well, lose our anonymity, or the anonymity doesn't really imply any kind of privacy, because then the issue is that we will be probably identified the same way. And now it's not just about the data that we're actually giving, it's about the data that is being captured from our movements and from our biometrics. So again, I'm not saying that it's bad. Hey, I'm a marketeer. My life is pretty much handling this. I'm just saying that we all need to be conscious about it, and it's a subject for all of us to be comfortable with. We really need to be conscious about what we're sharing, and if that was important before, now it becomes even more important. But that said, I also think that that is going to drive corporate investment up on immersive technologies, and that's why I bet on 2021.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, that's you already exposed the opinion about security and privacy. And the new one is LiDAR on iPhone, the initial first stage to step into the AR, VR, MR world. And will this technology replace the mobile phone with the smart glasses in the next 10 to 15 years, in your opinion?
And 15 years, it's like It's way out there. It's like, you know what happened like 15 years ago? 15 years ago, we didn't have a smartphone. So, and now things are
Yeah.
are so quick. It's almost impossible to try and even picture what's going to happen. Like, for instance, like last week, I was talking with this guy, and he was just focusing on flying cars. And there are a lot, and I mean a lot of cities right now that are, well, planning or preparing themselves to host flying cars. And this is something that is so, I used to see this on the Jetsons, and now it's going to happen. So things are, and all these technologies are combinatory. So probably the flying cars will be connected to our smart glasses and also with our fridge. So the issue is that it's really, really hard to picture what's going to happen like at the end of this decade. What I can tell you, but this comes from my firm belief that, well, because I do believe this, and more than that, it's not just faith. It really makes sense. Um, we need to bring the all content a 3D, to 3D. So we need to explore content on a 3D level. We are kind of tired of this that we're having right now. So just talking to a flat screen. So it's really important for us to walk around, to interact, to expand content live in front of us. So and without the least possible trace of an interface. So smart glasses helps you on that. Regarding lidar, it's really important, and photogrammetry, all the same also, and all volume capturing and video capturing are all very important for this 3D vision to be created. Because without that, I think that we won't be able to like uh, accelerate the creation of 3D models and 3D content inside VR worlds and inside AR experiences. So yeah, overall, I think that it's going to be very, very important. It's already becoming very, very important. So the volumetric capture using lidar is, for instance, allowing us to like export into virtual worlds and into augmented reality experiences, real world objects, real world equipments that then we can like use to do try on and do like augmented reality catalogs, and this much more quickly than like 2 years ago. So same thing with photogrammetry. So for instance, we are right now capturing like rooms, live rooms, and putting them up on Mozilla hubs or on several VR spaces, and that actually allows people to have a more a familiar space when exploring these kind of platforms. So yeah, just to say that I wouldn't say that it's going to be like the first step, but it's an important technology for us all to create like a 3D world of experiences. Let's say like that.
Okay, thank you, Luis. And so we have to wrap up the session. And thank you to participate to the Global XR Bootcamp. And okay, see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marco. And again, I hope you all have a great boot camp. And yeah, really looking forward for the rest of the program. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.